I don't own a debit card. I try to use my credit card to make every purchase possible unless I have to pay a credit card processing fee. Let me show you why. I use three categories of credit cards. I have my business credit cards, I have my travel credit cards, and then I have my regular personal credit cards. And the reason why I love using credit cards and I don't use a debit card or pay with cash is because when I use a credit card, there are 4 different types of benefits that I get. Number 1 is I get cash back. Every time I spend money, I make 1.5% to 2% in cash back. So if I spend $100, I get $1.50 to $2 back. Number 2 is I get rewarded with free travel. When I spend money on any of my travel cards and some of my business cards, well, some of the perks that I get are points, which I can use for free airline flights, free hotels, free travel around the world. Number 3 is I get travel perks. For example, when I go to the airport, I can go to the airport lounge. I didn't know that the airport lounges existed a number of years ago, but apparently when you walk into an airport lounge, they have all this amazing food for you, a place for you to chill out and relax before you fly. I fly a lot now, so if you're in the airport often, it can be very nice to go and get some nice, decent food in the airport lounges. Plus, some other perks are you can get hotel upgrades, car rental upgrades, and seat upgrades on your flights because, well, if you buy the economy ticket and then they upgrade you first class, well, that's a nice little perk that you get because you used that airline's credit card. And perk number 4 is the security, because when you use a debit card and it's linked directly with your bank account, well, now the issue is once you spend money on your debit card, the money gets pulled out of your checkings account. Now, yes, there are some security measures, some fraud protection measures in place with debit cards, but with a credit card, when you swipe, you're not spending your money. You're spending the bank's money. And if somebody got a hold of your credit card and they swipe, well, now you could put on a fraud alert and tell your credit card company that you did not make this purchase. They'll take it off of your account and that money never actually leaves your bank account. I'm telling you this from experience because a number of years ago, this must be more than 10 years ago now, I was in a e-commerce business and I had spent about $3,000, $3,500 buying some products which I never got. Turns out the sellers were a fraud. Well, I bought it through a debit card company and I call up my bank telling them the situation and they put me on a long hold and eventually tell me that because I made the purchase with my debit card, there was no fraud protection in place. So the $3,000, $3,500 that I spent was now gone. But if I had bought with a credit card, I would have had the proper security in place and then it would have been the bank's problem, not my problem. But because I used a debit card, it's my problem. Now, I think it's a little bit better today. But that's how the situation was, and that's why I don't like debit cards because you're taking on all the risk. That being said, there are 2 very strict laws that I follow when I use my credit cards. Law number 1 is never spend more money for more perks. Never spend more money than I would have normally if I bought that same thing with cash or with a debit card. When I use my credit card, I use it like a medium of exchange. I can either make the purchase with physical cash, I could write a check, I could do a direct deposit, I could use a debit card, or I could use a credit card. It's just a medium of transaction. It's just a way of getting money out of my pocket to your pocket, and I'm not gonna adjust any of my spending decisions because of what my credit card is gonna give me. I ignore all of that. I make my purchases based off of what I normally would. What if I bought it with cash? But now instead of just paying cash or a debit card or a check, I use a credit card because I get the added perks with it. Law number 2 is never, ever, ever pay a penny in interest on your credit card. If you are paying interest on your credit card, you are doing it 100% wrong. You need to go and follow Dave Ramsey. You gotta cut up your credit cards and stop making the credit card company rich and stop paying for everybody else's perks. If you use a credit card, my second law, which I have to abide by, is I'm always, every single time, 0 exceptions, going to pay off the entire balance every single month without missing a beat, so I never pay a penny in interest. If you're paying interest on your credit card, you are getting screwed over by a credit card. No amount of perks can justify the crazy interest rates that you're gonna pay when you carry a balance on your credit card. So if you're gonna use a credit card, never carry a balance and never change your spending decisions for your credit card. If you're gonna use a credit card, you must abide by these 2 rules. And if you cannot abide by these 2 rules, go and follow my friend Dave Ramsey. If you enjoyed this clip and you wanna continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who wanna stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.